Hello. I remember that in the 70s, the type of clothing on the stage for me was very ordinary and beautiful. Clothes for me, since they used too many colors in their clothes and the pants, were too many lazy outfit with some very elegant and extravagant platform shoes that they made them look too good with the clothes of those times, um, as well as their hairstyles, which men normally combine on website and with their long hair, and women used to comb their hair with some pigtails and the Chinese or exalted hair, and will a type of fashion at that some time very rebellion and striking that excited, and they were one of the fashions that I liked the most as they were seen in those times. Ours in the 80s and 90s after the 70s, fashion was changing a bit in terms of clothing, since many people in those days wore less florid pants and wore them a little too big size pants, and were discarded during those times. Florid as well as hairstyles, and he made himself see his most normal dress, even though it was always a strange dress. After 2000, fashion was changing too much with the passage of time, and too many models were realized for new uses of clothing, since the flared pants were disappearing, as well as the extravagant hairstyles that existed in the 80s. So, in the 19th, new Cuban pants and tie clothing were created in that time until 2008. Loose clothing began to be used as well as men and women, in the use of pants, shirts, among others. The new sunglasses are also very fashionable. They have different shapes and colors, and the women's hairstyles are regular, but the fashion is some began to paint their hair in many colors, which also became a very famous fashion for men. But for me, the fashion are things that really make society look very different in the way they dress. Even though I consider our fashions to be pretty, personally, for me, the fashion is like a benefit that helps you look good and change of good looks that do not always set yourself in a single way of dressing. The truth, I am a person who likes fashion because it's good. Since the things of the clothes are sometimes really amazing, and sometimes I get curious about how fashion would be maybe in the 2015. It will continue to be similar to those of these years, um, or it will be a very different type of clothing.